Hey guys. So this is my 26th birthday vlog. I really wasn't able to get all the footage that I wanted, but I'm glad because when I first got here, I wasn't even planning on filming, right? My camera is currently on a ledge, so if you see me jumping and running for it, hopefully it's not falling off of this this whole scenery right now. But as I'm standing in Punta Cana, I knew the one thing that I wanted to do was do an Express by E because I haven't really chatted with you guys in a while, and this is the one moment in my life that I always reflect on my date of birth, my birthday. Today's October 13th, so I really didn't have time to sit down with you guys yesterday, but thank you so much to everybody who reached out to me and told me happy birthday and gave me so much love. I felt it all the way down here in Punta Cana. I might be saying that wrong, sorry. I got my first stamp and I cannot wait to get so many more. I really thought this experience was going to be kind of scary. I feel like I gave myself so many different preconceivements about what it was like to go out of the country. And can I just give a shout out to all of the women who have been traveling by themselves and making this a black girl leisure luxury type. I'm here. I feel that weight on anybody, y'all, to book that trip, to actually get on the plane, to actually give yourself that push, because I'm telling you, the feeling that I feel right now is like I'm on top of the world. Like I can go anywhere, I could do anything. And I'm really glad that it took this birthday to get to that point, right? A few things that I've learned since being 26 for a couple hours. Because I'm learning that a lot of times when I do my Express by Ease, it's more so what I've learned in the past, what I've been through, things I would never do again. In this moment, I never want to spend too much time thinking about what I did wrong or what happened yesterday or what, made me angry, what made me sad, things I didn't like. If it's not giving me positivity, if it's not giving me joy and peace and happiness, because that's the one thing that I've acknowledged about my true happiness is that I feel that shit day after day, year after year. Things that made me happy when I was a child, I still feel giddy on the inside about it. The way that I made somebody feel in a positive way, I still am proud of those moments. Those are the things that I want to cherish forever. The people in my life, my family, the things that are growing around me and within me, that is what I want my focus, not only for this Express by E, but for the rest of my life. I feel like I've spent so much time focusing on the bad parts of Erin or what people would conceive as negative or toxic. I don't want to spend the rest of my life learning from my mistakes. I want to learn from the best moments I've ever had so that I can keep replaying them and that feeling continues to grow. I want that to take over my life more than these negative preconceivements of whatever the fuck I decided a bad thing was. A bad thing ain't nothing but a lesson to me, okay? That's the best part about life. I've always said that. You don't know what differentiates the good and the bad if you always have good moments. But that doesn't mean we have to just dwell on those bad moments to experience them. I know what happened. I was there. I know what it felt like. And happiness is a choice, right? For me, I don't feel like I've always chosen my happiness. And literally at midnight, on my birthday, I chose happiness. I don't give a fuck what that means for anybody else. I know it feels bad, right? But it gives me so much excitement to actually go through this next year without any apologies, without any anxiety, without any preconsiderations of how someone's gonna feel about being my fullest self. Like, genuinely giving myself all. Because I feel like for a long time I've given that to everybody else. How do you feel about that? Can we talk about that for real? I have poured so much into people and not even asked for anything back in return because I know that I fill my own cup and that my joy comes from God. Whatever I've ever needed, anything I've ever wished for, anything I've ever aimed for, God has blessed me with everything I've ever desired. And I think that is so crazy to say because one, it tells me I'm not dreaming hard enough or high enough. Two, I never really believed in myself like that or the God that I serve, because if I did, honey, I would be speaking life into myself every day. I would be speaking these opportunities into my life every second. If only I knew and could really understand the God that I serve, the God that's within me, right? I've been talking about these things since I was a child, but yet fear always came first. Anxiety always came first. A bill always came first. Not having someone to hold my hand always came first. And it's like, God never said you can't, you did. God never said you couldn't be in those rooms or in those positions or in those career roles. You couldn't be around those people, couldn't have the life you want to have. Only you said that. That's how I feel about myself right now. At first, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I felt bad. I felt sad. I felt defeated because I'm asking myself, Erin, why would you do that? Why? Why? Having that pity mindset God never gave me that. He never gave me the spirit of fear. He never gave me anxiety. All those things that I've been holding on to more than God himself, more than the things that God actually gives me, I've been leaning towards negativity, toxicity, anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, feeling like I'm unwanted and unloved, feeling small. God never said any of those things about me. And it's like he will sit there in your face, but God ain't gonna never force himself on you. And I love that about God. Because the relationship we have is nothing but pure genuineness. When he speaks to me, I know it's nothing but solemnly his voice. And when I'm blessed in my life, I know it's nothing and nobody but God. So as I'm sitting in my year of 26, I'm going to be unapologetically a vessel of Christ. And the first person I have to give is to myself. The first person I'm going to honor every day I wake up is God first, and then myself. It's more than just an affirmation. It's more than just a manifestation of a life. When I leave this earth, y'all, I want to only not love myself, but love God. And sometimes I'm learning the best way to show someone the truest love of God is within yourself. It's within your actions. It's not necessarily words. And so now I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Happiness is a choice. I choose that every day of my life. I choose God first every day of my life. And I know with him, I can't lose. So I don't need to say, oh, I have anxiety and depression. I don't need to say I'm angry about someone. It doesn't matter. Things happen. Life happens. It's going to keep happening. And God going to keep blessing. And God going to keep being by your side, fighting your battles that you never should have fought in the first place because it wasn't for you to fight. I haven't felt this type of feeling, if ever, in a long time. Like years. Probably high school. But it's a choice to be in this moment and give God nothing but the honor and praise that he's due. Being realistic, if you're new here, I was never supposed to make it to 26 years old. I was never supposed to have accomplished everything that I've accomplished. I finished my master's degree next week. Everything I've ever spoke about that I've desired, God has blessed me with tremendously and has held my hand through it all. Everything I've ever hoped to dream or aspired to have or to be. And that's why I can sit up here and get frustrated at myself sometimes about the things that aren't going the way that I wanted to go. But in reality, have I prayed about it? Have I established a plan? Have I given God his tithes and due diligence? Have I done the work? Because God never lied to me. God never denied any of my requests. If we being honest, God spoiled me. God spoiled me. And that's why I think to myself, I can't get mad at people sometimes for seeing this privilege or the favor that I call it on my life. Because even God himself, look at what they did to Jesus. Look at how they felt about him just because his father gave him privilege, gave him favor, made him different than man. He walked among men, but he was nothing like them. So when God talks to you, when God blesses you and reveals things into your life, you can't get mad that people are going to hate you. People are going to be mad at you. People are going to, you're going to be misunderstood. People are going to be like, well, how the hell she got that? And I ain't got, but we can't. People are going to look at you crazy. They're going to talk about you. They're going to hate on you. Life going to get hard. The enemy going to attack you harder because you're somebody and you have something within you that they don't, that they're not, that God did not call them to be. And instead of focusing on what God has called you to do, I feel like I've gotten so distracted with trying to fight things in flesh and blood, fight things with my words, actually pouring negativity back into a situation that God had already blessed. God ain't telling me to pick up no sword and fight fire with fire. These are spiritual wars. And the reason I felt so defeated is because while you trying to fight with your words, while you trying to fight with your actions, God like, sweetheart, that ain't what I mean. And I don't know. See, I'm not a prophetess. Look, listen. Take this with a grain of salt. God put it in my spirit, and I've been saying this. Give them hell. Give them hell in the most heavenly of ways. Give them hell. Because hell ain't going to look like what people have perceived in their mind. Only God and people who have been there know what hell looks like. I can only give them what God gives me. So when you attack me, I'm going to give it to God so he can do this spiritual fight for himself. I'm not fighting with nobody. Get up and choose your own life today. Don't wait till your birthday like me, okay? Don't wait till Christmas. Don't wait till the new year. Don't wait till you get in a relationship. Don't wait till you lose that friend or you graduate. Do it. What they say, do it now. Do it like the commercial. Do it like it's your B-Day, okay? For the past couple months, I felt like I'm not myself. All of these preconceived shit, my mental has been attacked like a motherfucker. And I've been trying to prove to everybody, including myself, that I'm just somebody else. I don't know. And it's like God said, I never told you you weren't anybody but who you are. You know who you are. You know what you were called to be. I'm instructing you on what it is you need to do. I've followed you and I've held your hand and protected you and guided you everywhere you needed to be. Confusion is not something that I've given you. So why do you accept it? Any question I have, I'm going to ask my father, my spiritual, and my amazing biological father as well. And as much as I miss my granddaddy, I be talking to him too. And I know he is so proud of me. Happiness is a choice. And I desperately want each and every one of us to choose that shit, because nobody else is going to choose it for you. Nobody. And if nobody tells you today you deserve everything, you deserve everything you've ever dreamt about, wrote down on a notepad, make that plan, pray to God about it, be steadfast about it, and I'm telling you, it's going to come to pass. I ain't going to say it's going to come when you want it. Timing may be a little off, but be steadfast about it.